Washington. This is TBD News with Morris Jones.
Small businesses from all over the U.S. have taken a hit throughout the recession, but now that the recession is technically over, how are they coping? A recent study sponsored by the University of Maryland and Network Solutions shows many of the companies that survived now lack capital and marketing innovation to bring in new business. Joining me now to discuss the study is Heidi Kallett, a small business owner, and Shah from Network Solutions. First of all, explain the study.
So we've been partnered with the University of Maryland for 4 years now and doing an independent research on small businesses and their assessment of how competitive they are as far as their positioning and their outlook on growth. And we just came off of a recent study in July that has some interesting trends, some things that are some good news and then some things that are not so good.
Well, let's start with the bad news first then. And that'll make it more palpable to take the good news. So what's the bad news?
Well, the bad news is that overall the small businesses that we're surveying, their assessment is that they feel that there's less room for them to really be competitive, that they're not positioned, and their confidence in their marketing and innovation has actually declined significantly, which is a key indicator of kind of the psyche of what's going on, let alone the capital access issue.
And the good news?
The good news is that there are many that have weathered the storm through the recession and are poised for profitability this year. They're being very measured on their expenses, and those that are being very smart and strategic with their investments in technology are actually coming out of this with a little bit of wind.
Which is a good segue to Heidi Kallett, because business has been going well for you, and it seems to be going even better, which kind of bucks the norm from at least the trends we hear in the news day to day. What kind of business do you have?
I have retail stores, and we focus on stationery and gift, and we're actually seeing a 30+% increase over sales last year, and we're more profitable than we've ever been.
So this is sort of a niche market. You've not been sitting on your cash or sitting on your hands like a lot of large companies are doing, because they just refuse to hire, refuse to spend anything, and then at some point they find that they should have been doing it. And you're in an expansion mode right now, aren't you?
We are. As a matter of fact, I'm actually opening in Georgetown this weekend, and I'm expanding out into Leesburg, Virginia the following weekend. So all things considered, we're doing really well.
What advice would you have for either large business or small business owners who find that the news that you're giving us kind of goes against what they've been taught to still be very cautious? What would you tell them?
I would say look for opportunities to market in efficient ways that are economical, and so embrace technology and use that to your advantage. And if you don't have a website, then you don't exist. And not only do you have to have a website, but somebody has to find you.
Shah, of course, Network Solutions is known for being the big web company and everything. How's business going for Network Solutions?
Business is going actually very well. We're seeing small businesses that we cater to. We've been in business for 30 years. Coming out of the recession, are positioning themselves for growth. And of course, the internet is expanding. We're very active in social media and mobile websites, all the different things that are needed to enable a small business to get online and grow online. That's our core business, and things are really starting to take shape.
Well, in year 2000, when the internet bubble went burst here in the D.C. area, how would you compare where we are now economically with where we were in 2000 for the internet and for companies like yours?
Well, for companies like ours, as well as the ecosystem around the internet, the technology providers, the service providers, we're seeing a rebound. Whether it's in social media, of course, we're all watching the trends that are going on there, whether it's video, mobile, and then the core, as Heidi's describing, around websites, which is largely the core of a lot of small businesses, blogs, all the different technologies, and in some cases for small businesses it's becoming a little bit of technology soup, which is why we're coming in and helping small businesses kind of navigate through that.
Heidi, good luck with the I don't want to say the new business, but your continual growth. What's the name of the company?
The Dandelion Patch.
The Dandelion Patch.
Come and see us.
So as business grows, your dandelions, pop up everywhere.
Yes.
So that's a good.
But we're not weeds.
Name. But you're not weeds, exactly.
Not at all.
Heidi Kallett and Shah with us. Thanks so much for your views.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And coming up in 12 minutes, Capitol Insider. We're in the business of politics.